Hey guys, Jessup here with Alliance War with Energon Masters. Yeah, you guys are good. I liked your bases at the end, um, and generally B1 and B2 are fairly low, but yeah. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do these. Is I generally will speed things up and try and B3, B4, and B5. I always try and get a couple different looks. So I'm just kind of showing you how some of our guys attacked. I won't show too many, if any, replays of mine because I do mine earlier. So it looks like they just rushed up. And for B1 and B2, we have a pretty wide mass. We have a pretty wide range of bots. So we tend to kind of overpower the lower B1s and B2s with kind of anything. So I don't really stay and look at them too much. Sometimes no strategy is really employed at all. They just drop them and get past it. Um, so that was B1. Let me get you B2. Um, B2. I think this is Atari B2. Um, Bert wrote it wrong and then corrected himself. So let's see what he had. I'm going to use him because he posted his B1 and 2. Sometimes a lot of the guys. Yeah, this is Atari, so this is his. Here we go for use DS. And he rushed up there and it looks like he's going to go and then just rush up. And that's what I noticed in the other replays. People were just rushing up into the top, which you're trying to bait them with. I see what you're trying to do there. The bad thing is that'll work for teams that aren't very strong, or when you run into the top 10 teams, they're gonna pounce on any weakness, and that's a weakness. It doesn't really set them up because their bots can overpower an HQ pretty fast. So if there's a whole bunch of them, they're going to kill that base. So you might want to change that a bit up, Atari. Here's B3 by GT. A lot of times they use the rush technique in mass to kind of make it easy and get past. Well, a lot of teams do it. So I think GT's going to rush in this one. Laser Crusher. So I'm just going to kind of fast forward through up here. I think GT dropped his bots. I think his plan was to rush, right? He dropped his bots a bit too early. It seems like, or in hindsight, maybe that's just how he went. Maybe he had a different plan afterwards, but he's just going to get everyone up there and take care of it. So let me see if I can find another B3 that isn't GT. I did a video already and it crashed, so I'm just praying that it doesn't crash again. So let me see if I can find another B3. GT we got. Who else? Bird 4500X. Let's see what we got going here. I took it straight up. I think 4500X does the same thing I do. I think he just basically attacks it and then just goes up the middle. So let me see what if he did the exact same thing. Mix master this or something to that effect. Brawl. And then mix master's right there. Yeah, and kind of clears it out slowly. Takes some damage and then goes through and just kind of beats everything down and goes and kind of a standard straight up attack. And I did the same thing. So laser crusher for the rush, you might want to cover that a bit better. That's going to be some your weak point right there. Let me see for B4. This is where you can actually get to the side, and I'm going to show irons right here. You can rush this fairly simply. I took it straight, and I got it on. I was really trying to scourge it, and I got the middle. But it turned out to not be the best overall strategy. One time I lost by one shot, um, but so I got there. It was just a matter, but oh, I'm going to skip that. He wrote B4 and he meant B3. As you can see in Mass, we have a hard time counting. It's our biggest problem. Is anything from 2 to 4, we really struggle, and it's a team problem. Let me see. Let's use 4500X. Trying to leave because it's the well, yeah. Let's just say that our numbers are fairly consistently off. And then I might even go down and try and find mine after. And what I did was I tried to scourge right here where the combiner lab is, and I did it successfully by having Scourge come up here, and he really went to town. That was a good one. However, obviously left for your kill zone right here. My guys took a lot of damage, so I'll go pull it up. And I actually had shock. My healer ended it off, but I barely, by the thinnest of margins, lost the. So there's 4500X on Hilo Prime, Hilo, Hilo. Yeah, I lost as thin as you can lose. I basically had everything out, and that one last cannon had no health, but it took out my guy on the last shot. It was whoever had the last shot, and it was actually pretty cool. I like those endings; they kind of fun. So let's see if I have my B4. I haven't done one of mine. I haven't done one of my replays in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I liked it. So this is how I attacked your B4. And the second time, my first time, like I said, it was super close. The second time wasn't because I missed with Scourge. He came up and he started firing on a wall, so there was nothing I could do. And that's just the way the AI goes sometimes. So here's what I did, because you make this perfect circle, and it just so calls to him. So, but it leaves one barely, so when I power my Scourge up one more level, that'll be gone. I have a level 54, ability 8, so we'll see what happens when, yeah, so I get caught in this kill zone. Obviously, you come down, and I lost one gunner. Hotspots, like, I swear, hotspot just kills my gunners and get to high level. So I actually rushed that too quick with Headstrong. I should have just waited. So in hindsight, then you basically try and keep them right here while these guys and this guy just rains down. So this is going to be a cool ending because my shock is the guy. Oh, maybe it was my B3. No, B3 is the one where I had the shock for the win. That's right. So most of the other, when they're rushing and stuff, I get little different attacks. Generally the front door straight up. So you can get some different angles to look at, but that was D4 for me. Now let's see some B5s, and the commander is asking Dan. So here's some B5s. I'm going to give you an extra one because you made the request. So let's see if I can get in a few before my emulator doesn't tank. Alright, Dan. Let me zoom out a little bit here for you. He bombs this, neutralize it. Comes up here, comes up here, comes up here. Oh yeah, this is right. But yeah, you see, you have the same setup. You try and bait them into coming in. You have obviously a lot higher powered base. Long bone crusher in here, which I would have used a higher damage tank, but it's obvious because of the situation he's in right now, so it's easy for me to say that. And he also has a pretty low megs. He only has 3-star, 1388, but takes care of it all with even that low. So might want to change that up. Dan Wolf, 27. I remember 27. I would love to revisit 27. That was a lot of fun. All right, let me see what we got for a. Here's Farrell. Farrell's just an awesome fighter and strategist. I've known him for a while now, and that guy can basically pick you apart and pick any weakness. And not too long ago, he had kind of all oddball bots, and that guy makes lemonade out of lemons. And yeah, so he imps you in a different way. Kind of buys himself a few seconds, shields himself, goes up. So, like I said, when we have high level, the bots that we do, this strategy of setting up to just gun down won't work. It will probably work against a lot of other alliances, but you're also out of range there too. But see how much health is left on Galvatron and Tantrum. If you just go tank heavy, we could have a bunch of guys standing there. So Dan, you might want to change that one up. And I think that's what everyone did, except for, let me see if I can find a DS guy. I scourged the side, and I got really close a couple of times, but I don't have a DS, and I didn't rush it. I did, kind of, but what I tried to do, I was dumb about it. I half attacked and half rushed, and everyone else is just looking at me going, what the WTF are you doing? Let me see, we have a B5, here's Viper. Viper will find your rush and exploit it on any base. He sees rushes that are very hard to see. This guy's got a good eye. So I think he does the same in a different manner, which if I wanted to rush, I thought about this at first, is getting someone to just there and then up, and then, you know, obviously what you're trying to bait people for. So let's see what he does. Uno, Dos, and Trace. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, so kind of the same attack over and over, but again, you're dealing with, like, see, he has a lot of his squad still there. You're dealing with, on the high-powered teams, you know, the Masses, the Synergies, the Primus. That's where you're going to struggle, Dan. So guys, yeah, good bases, but solid though. You guys are obviously a solid alliance, and it's good to see. That's what we need more of. So, Energon Masters, good luck.